crop farmer in Adelaide Metcalfe, just north of Strathroy. Been farming with primarily no-till for about 30 years. Wheat into soybean stubble is relatively easy. Soybeans into corn stubble is also relatively easy. The difficult part has been corn into wheat stubble. Over the years, I've tried a number of different ways to try to get a little bit of black dirt in the spring to plant into, whether that be vertical tillage in the fall or strip till in the fall. What we're standing in here is a field of wheat stubble with red clover underseeded, and behind me you'll see some strips of radish, biostrips, I guess is what we would call them. The idea being that we're planting or seeding cover crop into rows that will be planted into corn the following year. The choice of cover crops would be such that they would produce all the benefits of any other cover crop during their growing season, but then over the winter and early spring of the following year, the residue breaks down in such a manner that there's really very little residue left come springtime, come corn planting time. That way you have a bit of black dirt or an area with reduced amount of residue that the late April and early May sunshine can warm up, and then you can plant corn into there in conditions that are maybe a little bit more conducive to plant or seed germination and plant growth than in areas beside there that may have more residue. And especially on our clay soils, residue cover kind of keeps the moisture there, which is great in the summertime. But in the spring, when you've got a relatively narrow window to get the crop in, it's nice to have a little less residue there. And that's the thinking behind biostrips. Now in this field, the clover that was underseeded in the wheat in March had a really good catch. So the radish in most of the field had difficulty establishing because of competition from the red clover. The area we're standing in, the red clover was not quite as dense, so you can see behind me that the red radish has established reasonably well. We'll know next May, June, July how this all works. I've already been thinking of ideas on how to maybe tweak the program a little bit for next year, but it will depend upon how much success we have and what tweaks we need to take. So the plan is to terminate this cover crop with glyphosate and dicamba. Probably the next opportunity that I have late October. Red clover is known to double its root mass in October, so I'd like to get as much benefit as I can from that. As far as next spring, wasn't intending to do any pre-tillage to the strips. I do have row cleaners and unit mounted coulter on the corn planter, so there will be a little bit of clearing of the whatever residue is there, but it'll be exactly at the same time as planted, so it won't be done completely. The thinking with the biostrips, there's a couple of thinking reasons on it. We're utilizing plants and roots to build the soil in the zone that we want to plant for next year. There's known benefits to having roots disturbance, the mycorrhiza and all those things, and as well reducing erosion, maintaining the living soil biome, basically trying to tie this all together. Strip till works really nice. I don't have a strip tiller myself. I have had somebody come in, but for probably a few acres it would be hardly worthwhile for him to come a distance with that strip tiller. And working with my existing no-till drill, got to do a little bit of thinking, of course, on setting it up. It's a 12-foot drill, and I'm planting 10 feet. But then with the benefit of having RTK and auto steer, I'm able to plant strips of radish where I'm going to plant the corn next year, if everything works out right.